Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was recently seen in the news. The Naegleria fowleri is a fungi, bacteria, amoeba or algae. The correct answer is option C, amoeba. Recently, a 15-year-old boy in Kerala recently died due to a rare infection caused by Naegleria fowleri or brain-eating amoeba. It is an amoeba that is single-celled living organism that lives in soil and warm fresh water such as lakes, rivers and hot springs. It is commonly called the brain-eating amoeba. The Naegleria fowleri is a heat-loving, that is thermophilic organism, meaning it thrives in heat and likes warm water. It grows best at high temperatures up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 46 degrees Celsius, and can survive for short periods at even higher temperatures. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding enterovirus infections. 1. It is an umbrella term used for a group of viruses. 2. The enterovirus outbreaks in India have not been reported yet. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the World Health Organization has warned against the rising incidence of enterovirus infections in a few countries across Europe. The enterovirus is an umbrella term used for a group of viruses including ecovirus, coxsackie-virus, enterovirus and poliovirus. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Though the virus develops mild infection, it can be lethal among high-risk groups like children and immunocompromised patients. The enterovirus infection manifests a range of symptoms among the patients like hand, foot and mouth disease, inflammatory muscle disease, skin rash, viral meningitis, encephalitis. The enterovirus outbreaks in India have been reported from Kerala, Karnataka, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Assam and the Andaman Islands. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding United Nations Global Response Crisis Group. 1. India has not joined the group yet. 2. It is overseen by the Champions Group. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, India has joined the Champions Group of the Global Crisis Response Group, accepting an invitation from United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It was set up by the UNSG in March 2022. It was set up to address urgent and critical global issues pertaining to interlinked crises in food security, energy and finance, and to coordinate a global response. It is overseen by the Champions Group comprising representatives of Bangladesh, Barbados, Denmark, Germany, Indonesia and Senegal. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, recently the Global Survey on Digital and Sustainable Trade Facilitation was released by which of the following? World Trade Organization, United Nations Economic Commission, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia Pacific, or International Businesses Standards Organization. The correct answer is option C, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia Pacific. Recently, the Global Survey on Digital and Sustainable Trade Facilitation was released by the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia Pacific. India has continued to demonstrate its commitment to digital and sustainable trade facilitation as evidenced by its outstanding performance in UNESCAP's survey. The 2023 survey, covering more than 140 economies and evaluating 60 trade facilitation measures, has positioned India at the forefront of global trade facilitation efforts with an impressive score of 93.55% in 2023 vis-a-vis 90.32% in 2021. The 2023 survey has recognized India's exceptional progress across various sub-indicators, with the country achieving a perfect score of 100% in 4 key areas: transparency, formalities, institutional arrangement and cooperation, and paperless trade. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding geocoding recently seen in the news. 1. It converts an address or description of a location into geographic coordinates. 2. It has been introduced to ensure the accuracy of address details in GSTN records. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the GST network has made the geocoding functionality live for all states and union territories. The GST network has already geocoded 1.8 crore principal places of businesses. The geocoding converts an address or description of a location into geographic coordinates. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It has been introduced to ensure the accuracy of address details in GSTN records and streamline the address location and verification process. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The functionality is available for normal composition SEZ units, SEZ developers, input service distributor, and casual taxpayers who are active, cancelled, and suspended. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, recently the Farmers Distress Index was released by which of the following? Central Island Agricultural Research Institute, Central Arid Zone Research Institute, Central Inland Fisheries Research Institute, or Central Research Institute for Dryland Agriculture. The correct answer is option D, Central Research Institute for Dryland Agriculture. The Central Research Institute for Dryland Agriculture, an institution under the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, started working on a kind of an early warning system called Farmers Distress Index, a first of its kind for India in 2022. The work is in the final stages and the index will be handed over to the central government in the next 2 to 3 months. The main aim behind creating such an index is to minimize the agrarian distress in the form of crop loss or failure and income shock. The index will try to anticipate this distress and prevent its spread from a few farmers to the village or block level by pre-warning different stakeholders, including central, state, local, and also non-government agencies, about the future occurrence of farmers' distress in a particular block or district. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Forest Rights Act 2006. 1. The Act grants legal recognition to the rights of traditional forest dwelling communities, partially correcting the injustice caused by the forest laws. 2. FRA protects the tribal population from eviction without rehabilitation and settlement. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Supreme Court in a hearing said that the forest communities do not only consist of people from recognized Adivasi and other backward communities, but also other groups residing in the said land. The Forest Rights Act 2006 recognizes the rights of forest-dwelling tribal communities and other traditional forest dwellers to forest resources. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It also provides rights to allocation of forest land for developmental purposes to fulfill basic infrastructural needs of the community. In conjunction with the right to fair compensation and transparency in Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Settlement Act 2013, FRA protects the tribal population from eviction without rehabilitation and settlement. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, what is the IUCN status of cheetah globally? Least concern, near threatened, vulnerable, or endangered? The correct answer is option C, vulnerable. Recently, African cheetahs from Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh were relocated to the Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary located on the northern border of Mandsaur and Nimach districts in the same state. It is the fastest terrestrial animal on earth. The cheetah is the only large carnivore that got completely wiped out from India, mainly due to overhunting and habitat loss. It has been included in the CITES Appendix 1 since 1975, and in 2009, it was also listed in Appendix 1 of the Convention on the Conservation of Migratory Species of Wild Animals. Globally, this species is considered vulnerable in the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, with a declining extinct population of less than 7,000 individuals found primarily in the savannas of Africa. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, sometimes seen in the news, the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes is a constitutional body, non-constitutional body, statutory body, or quasi-judicial body. The correct answer is option A, constitutional body. Recently, the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes has issued a notice to the Odisha government and the Director General of the Railway Protection Force in a case where a scheduled tribe migrant worker. The National Commission for Scheduled Tribes was established by amending Article 338 and inserting a new Article 338A in the Constitution through the Constitution 89th Amendment Act 2003. By this amendment, the erstwhile National Commission for Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes was replaced by two separate commissions. The two commissions are National Commission for Scheduled Caste and the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is recently seen in the news. The Palamu Tiger Reserve is located in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand or Jharkhand. The correct answer is option D, Jharkhand. Recently, 4 soft release centers for cheetahs are under construction in Jharkhand's Palamu Tiger Reserve for augmenting the prey base for predators, especially tigers. It is located in the Chota Nagpur Plateau region of Jharkhand. The reserve forms a part of the Betla National Park. It is one of the first 9 tiger reserves created in the country at the inception of Project Tiger. It is primarily dominated by northern tropical dry deciduous sal forest and its associates. Some keystone and principal species found in the reserve include tiger, Asiatic elephant, leopard, grey wolf, wild dog, gaur, sloth bear and 4-horned antelope. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Last question is recently seen in the news. The Takeshima Islands is located in Sea of Japan, South China Sea, Yellow Sea or East China Sea. The correct answer is option A, Sea of Japan. Recently, Japan lodged a protest with South Korea over military drills it conducted on disputed Takeshima Islands. It is situated in the middle of the Sea of Japan. It is lying almost equidistant between the Korean peninsula and Japan. It is called Dokdo in South Korea and Takeshima in Japan. It has also been known as the Liancourt Rocks, named by French whalers after their ship in 1849. The islands themselves consist of 2 main islands and about 30 smaller rocks. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements regarding the carbon sequestration. 1. Carbon sequestration is a process of capturing and storing the atmospheric carbon dioxide. 2. Oceans, soils and depleted oil reserves can function as natural carbon sinks. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2 or neither 1 nor 2? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.